Hi, I'm Tim from lapsoshutter.com, and in this video I'm going to briefly cover 7 fixes if your Hisense TV is flickering. So first of all, we'll start with power cycling your TV. This will help clear any potential issues which could be caused by something stuck in the internal flash memory. So just unplug your TV, hold down the physical power button beneath the IR receiver on the TV for at least 15 seconds. And then wait for about 30 minutes for any residual power to drain from your TV before plugging it back in and switching it on again. Although this is a pretty basic step, in a lot of cases it does fix the issue. If that doesn't work, then try changing your picture settings. So navigate to the home screen, then the cog icon for settings, and go to the picture menu. You can try the various picture modes to see if they fix the flickering. If not, go to the picture mode settings submenu and then turn off ultra smooth motion and clear motion. In the expert settings submenu, you can then play around with the viewing angle and other settings to see if they help. You can also manually reduce the brightness, as this often helps if your screen is flashing on and off. If your TV model has an ambient light sensor, then try switching that off to see if it helps. For the third fix, you can try unplugging your HDMI cables. So there's a chance that a poorly seated cable is creating signal noise, which is displaying as flickering. So just take all of your HDMI cables out, switch your TV on, and then pull up the on-screen menu and see if the flickering is still there or not. If the flickering is gone, that means your HDMI cables or the connections or the boxes that you're plugged into have got some fault in, so just try reseating your cables one by one until you find the damaged cable that needs replacing. You should also try updating your firmware. So most Hisense TVs have auto updating of firmware switched on. Just to make sure that's on, press the home button on your remote, then go to the cog for settings, then support and system update, and make sure auto firmware upgrade is enabled. If your TV doesn't have auto upgrade, then go to settings and then all about system update and click detect to check for updates. For some older models, you might need to update firmware via USB. You should call Hisense support and they will be able to give you tips on how to do this. As the final fix before we get into the hardware issues, just try factory resetting your TV. So press home, then the cog icon for settings, device preferences, and then choose reset at the bottom of the screen, and go through reset and erase everything. If your TV is still flickering after all of this, then there's a chance that it could be a problem with the T-con, the main board, or the power board. So the T-con board, the timing control board, is a small PCB that translates the signal and sends it to your TV's panel. The main board is the main logic for your TV, and it's where the HDMI and other connectors are plugged in, and the power board is where your power cable goes in and supplies power to the rest of your TV. There's more on how to investigate and see which of these is a problem in the linked article below. But most commonly the problem is caused by a loose connection on one of the LVDS cables on the T-con board. So try removing those, giving them a good clean. There's also a possibility that a component on one of the boards has failed. If you have a look at them and just confirm whether you can see any signs of burning on the board, then that would indicate that that component needs to be replaced, or you can just replace the entire board pretty easily by buying a similar model off eBay. If your Hisense TV is flickering in one spot only, then that's a sign that it's probably a backlight problem rather than an internal board problem. So the backlights themselves are arranged in strips of various lengths which are connected together. You can replace any failed LEDs in the backlight just by removing the entire strip. It's generally recommended to replace all the backlights together. You can just replace the individual LEDs on the strip, but if one's failed, then it's likely that more are going to fail shortly, and it's pretty inexpensive just to replace all the LED panels. There's more information on how to replace these LED panels in the linked article below.